Hello gamers, and welcome to another Tower of Fantasy video. In this video, we will be taking a look at relics and how to pick the ones you upgrade and in which order you should do so. Before I continue, I would like to ask, if you end up finding this video helpful, please consider helping the channel out by leaving a like and subscribing. Back to the topic, so what exactly are these relics? The way I see them, they are simply extra abilities that you can upgrade over time. You can use two of them at the same time, and you can have free loadouts that you can easily swap between as long as you are not in combat. They are divided into two qualities, SR and SSR. This mainly affects how easy they are to upgrade. Of course, most SSR relics will be more useful once they are fully upgraded. But considering how hard it is to achieve, SR relics will take the spotlight for the first few months of play. That being said, all relics take a pretty long time to upgrade, so choosing to upgrade the right one can make a massive difference in the long run. So this brings us to the main point of the video, which relics to upgrade. If you watch some of my previous videos, you will know that if you are not a whale, you should be focusing on one element. Relics are just an added reason for that. So, you might have noticed already, but the 4-star upgrade on every relic will increase or decrease a certain type of damage. These upgrades are passive upgrades that work even if the relic is not equipped. Because of this and the fact that it takes quite a bit of time to reach 4 stars, you will mainly want to focus on first upgrading the ones that increase the elemental damage you are focusing on. I will use Volt as an example as I'm familiar with it. Magnetic Storm, Quantum Cloak and Strange Cube are SR relics that increase the Volt damage by 1.5 each, for a total of 4.5%. And then you have the Hologram Projector, which is an SSR relic that increases the Volt damage by 2%. This adds up to 6.5% extra Volt damage, which is a pretty massive bonus. Not all elements have the same amount. For example, Frost and Fire have 5%, while Physical has 3.5%. This makes me wonder if one of the Volt relics should have instead been Physical. But anyway, I digress. Back to the point. So first we will try to upgrade these relics that increase the appropriate damage type for our build. After that we will focus on relics that assist us in combat. And here, there are no bad choices. Based on how you use them, all relics could be great in some scenarios. But personally, I prefer to upgrade relics that have a great performance regardless of the scenario we use them in. So, let's talk about SR relics first. As a DPS role, the relic named Coant, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's the little drone on the screen, will increase your damage by 20% for 10 seconds at 3 stars and has a 30 seconds cooldown, meaning it will have a high upkeep. In my opinion, this is one of the best relics when it comes to increasing one's damage, on top of providing other utilities like a shield, movement speed bonus and reflect once it's fully upgraded. An honorable mention should go to the Strange Cube relic, as it increases your damage by 10% and it has a 30 seconds cooldown, as well as providing weapon charge. In my opinion, it is not as good as the Coant, but it's also a viable option until you get an SSR relic like Spacetime Rift. As a supporting role of a tank or a healer, you will have a bit of a different priority. I think Omnium Hand Cannon is a great starting relic, and it will help you circumvent a lot of mechanics early on. For example, protecting against Apophis. Realistically, I think this relic does not need any upgrades. Another relic I think it's simply amazing is the Cybernetic Arm. This relic has incredible amount of utility. It does damage and regenerates weapon charge, but more importantly, it provides a shield that reduces 20% of the damage taken. And if you fully upgrade it, it will reduce the damage of targets by 30% for 7 seconds. I think this relic is one of the best relics for tanks, and it can be even used by other roles to benefit from the damage reduction. Now that we covered the SR relics, let's take a look at the SSR ones as well. The first one that I would like to talk about is Spacetime Rift. which can be a great choice once upgraded to 3 star, as this upgrade will increase the damage in the area for everyone in it. The benefit of this relic is that it only requires 3 stars to be highly effective, and the damage increase is incredible. Another great relic is the Omnium Shield. This, however, is a relic that requires to be upgraded to 5 star before it increases the allies' damage, which means that it will take considerably longer than Space-Time Rift, but in turn it will provide a lot more utility and has a much shorter cooldown. For a DPS, there is no better relic than the drone. It provides damage reduction, immunity to crowd control, damage increase and lifesteal. Similar to the Omnium Shield, this will require to be fully upgraded, but the benefits are crazy good. For supports, I think the relic Alternate Destiny is the way to go. It can save you and your team in dangerous situation, and it will provide heal and lifesteal. These are the relics that I prefer. This does not mean that others are worse. I just find these relics to be effective in most scenarios. With that being said, there will be another thing to consider when upgrading relics. After you upgraded the relics for elemental damage and selected the 2 to 4 active relics that you will upgrade, you can now focus on upgrading relics that provide a damage reduction. Instead of a damage increase at 4 star, some relics provide damage reduction. These relics should take priority over relics that increase an irrelevant damage. Pretty straightforward. These are my recommendations when it comes to relics. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. See you in the next one, adventurers!